Hey everybody, welcome to another album review. Yes, this is my second album review. My last album review, the first one was T-Rex's Electric Warrior. But today I will be reviewing Foo Fighters' self-titled debut. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that real well, but yeah, Foo Fighters self-titled. So, yeah. All right. So this came out in on July 4th, 1995, and the genre it says this is alternative rock, punk rock, post punk or post sorry not post punk, post grunge, and grunge. um and This is 44 minutes and 24 seconds, and this was produced by Dave Grohl and Barrett Jones. So, all right, so yeah, Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters is a band that I respect more than I actually like. Um, I have a lot of respect for Dave Grohl. I think he's a very talented dude. I honestly don't think he's like personality wise. I know everyone says he's the nicest guy ever, which maybe he is to fans, but he kind of seems like a douche, honestly, to like other people, like the people that he works with and stuff. That's just how I see it. But I really respect the dude as a musician. I mostly like him as the drummer for Nirvana. But I will give him some respect. You can see him in the background, by the way, from my Nirvana poster. Um, but I do give him a lot of respect for being a great musician. He's a very good singer, a decent guitar player, and a very good drummer. Um, and also not too bad of a songwriter either. I respect him a lot. So yeah, I put this on the poll. And it won of the albums that yeah the for the next album I should review. This one, and I put this on here just. I mean, I don't know. I thought about reviewing this just because why not? I mean, just to listen to some Foo Fighters and whatnot and talk about them because I never really talked about them on the channel. Again, they're not a band I love, but I thought I'd review this album. So, all right, so just in case you haven't seen my T Rex review, most likely you haven't because I don't think that one got a whole lot of views. But the way I review albums is different. Kind of in a way like a album reaction video, sort of. It's almost more like an album reaction video more than an album review video. Except I don't show myself listening to the songs. So what I'm going to do is, I, as I'm recording this, I am going to listen to this album from start to finish, but I am going to pause. I am not going to be playing the songs. I'm going to pause right before I start playing the song. So you won't see me reacting to the songs. I'll just pause. I'll say, okay, I'm gonna listen to this song, then pause, and then and then back to it. I'll be like, all right, yeah, that was so and so. That was a decent song, whatever. Um, this is a little bit easier because I've been wanting to review albums for a while since I started doing music related videos. I just didn't know how to review it, but I figured this might be the easiest way to do it because the songs will be fresh in my mind. Just to like talk about each song right after I listen to it, because I mean, I would have to listen to an album maybe about 5 times before I would actually review it, but I'd rather do it this way. So just keep in mind, just bear with me here. This is how I review albums. If you don't like it, then you don't have to watch. But yeah, all right. So yeah, I am gonna listen to every single song on this album. This is it has 12 tracks on it, 12 songs, and also I will say I think I have heard this album before, maybe only once, and I don't remember every single song. The only ones I am familiar with, mostly the hits. I'm familiar with "This Is a Call," "I'll Stick Around," "Big Me," I and also I think "Alone" and "Easy Target." I'm pretty familiar with that one, and I kind of remember "For All the Cows" and "Exhausted" as well. I know I've heard those. I mean, I've heard. I'm pretty sure I've heard all this album before, but it's been a good while. I don't remember like the deep cuts at all really on this album. Most of them I don't. But yeah, so all right. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? With this album. So, first track on the album is "This Is a Call." So, all right, let's listen to that. All right, that was "This Is a Call." Pretty solid track to start the album. Yeah, I remember liking this song back in the day whenever I was younger and back whenever I did like Foo Fighters pretty good whenever I was a teenager. I always liked this one. Um this one's kind of interesting though for like a first song because like it's like very poppy sounding but at the same time um it still has that grunge flavor to it, but it's still pretty poppy, but it doesn't necessarily sound like a Nirvana song either. Like it sounds, it just has its own thing, it has its own sound. Doesn't quite sound like Nirvana, but this isn't Nirvana. This is Foo Fighters. This is Dave Grohl's new band. So, no, I think it's actually pretty cool. And yeah, I love the drumming, of course, because it's Dave Grohl. He's a great drummer. I forgot to mention this earlier, but he actually played pretty much every single instrument on this album. This was like before Foo Fighters was actually like really a band. Like he didn't have the actual members yet. This was like not too long after Kurt died, and he just wanted to go into a studio and record some songs that he wrote. So that's what this album is, and he plays pretty much every instrument on this album, except for I think one. He did bring in another musician to play a guitar on for another song. And also there are some backing vocals from the producer Barrett Jones. But other than that, though, yeah, it's mostly just Dave Grohl, and yeah, drums were awesome. Some good riffs in this one. Yeah, This Is a Call, pretty solid song. So this one I am gonna give an 8 out of 10. Yeah, good song. All right, so the next one we got is "I'll Stick Around." All right, all right, that was "I'll Stick Around." This was maybe the first single from the album. Well, actually, it says "Exhausted" was the first single, but this was I think the first video at least on MTV, and a pretty cool video I have to say. I've seen the video before; it's pretty cool. But this song, yeah, it's pretty good. I don't like it as much as "This Is a Call," but it's still pretty good. This one's more of a rock song than "This Is a Call," where "This Is a Call" is more of like a pop rock song. This one's just more rock and grunge as well. Like this song, I can kind of see like if Kurt didn't die and Nirvana continued on, um, I could see because I think Dave Grohl wrote he might have wrote all these songs while he was still in Nirvana, I think. And this is one of the songs I can see Nirvana actually doing if they stuck around. Like I could see this one being on the fourth album if they wanted to do some Dave Grohl written songs. I can see this being one of them. So um, yeah, pretty decent track. I'm gonna give this. I'll stick around. Sorry, I'm gonna give "I'll Stick Around" a 7 out of 10. So yeah. All right, so the next one is, as of right now, honestly, I'll go and say this: my favorite Foo Fighters song. That is "Big Me." So, I think I might know already what rating I'm gonna give it, but I'm still gonna listen to it. So yeah, "Big Me." All right, let's hear that. All right, Big Me. Yeah, nothing has changed. This is a 10 out of 10 song. I love this song. I think it's great. Like I said, this is my favorite Foo Fighters song, at least at the moment. It is. Um, I don't know. This one just works for me. I don't know what it is, but I've always really liked this song, and it's very poppy, but it works. You know, it's just a really good song from the 90s. I would say probably an underrated song from the 90s, if I'm going to be honest. And even though it is kind of short, it's honestly even the shortest song on the album, um, clocking in at 2 minutes and 12 seconds. But and usually I don't really like short songs, but I don't know, this one was very well paced. I thought I really love this song. It's very catchy. I was even singing along with it while hearing it. It's awesome. I love this song. It also kind of sounds a little bit kind of 60s ish. I forgot to mention, but it kind of sounds like a 60s pop tune, like a Beach Boys or hell, even Beatles for that matter. Kind of sounds like a little bit like early 60s Beatles a little bit. Yeah, I love this song. I really do. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Big Me. So far, my favorite on the album. Yeah, Big Me, 10 out of 10. All right, so track number 4, we got Alone in Easy Target. And I have heard this one, and if I remember, this one was pretty good. But let's listen to this one. All right, that was track number 4, Alone in Easy Target, and this now beat Big Me. This now did. This now beat it. This is now my favorite Foo Fighters song. It's awesome. It's very heavy. Yeah, I've heard this one before. I I forgot how awesome it is. I would say this is probably one of, if not Foo Fighters' most underrated song. I mean, probably their most underrated song without a doubt. Like, I think this should have been on the radio, honestly. Um, but yeah, it's very heavy. It has a catchy chorus in it. It's really, really awesome. Um, I liked it a lot. I loved it. Even more than Big Me, actually. But yeah, Alone Easy Target. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10 as well because I liked it better than Big Me. So yeah. All right, and the next one we got is, I believe, Charlie Brown's catchphrase. I think, "Good grief." I think that was his catchphrase, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was. Yeah, "Good grief." That's track number 5. Let's listen to that one. All right, that was track number 5. "Good grief." It was all right. It was pretty good. Maybe my least favorite so far. Either that or I'll stick around. I might have liked it better. Okay, I might have liked it better than I'll stick around, but I didn't love it. It was just fine. It was just an alright rock song. Pretty heavy. Pretty good chorus. The melody itself I liked. In the verses especially. Yeah. It was decent. It was pretty solid. So I'm gonna give Good Grief a 7 out of 10. Same with I'll stick around, but yeah, 7 out of 10. Good Grief. All right, so number 6, track number 6, we have Floaty. So yeah, Floaty. Let's check that one out. All right, that was Floaty. So far this one's my least favorite. It was okay. I don't know. There was some stuff about the song I liked, and there's some stuff that I didn't really care for. Um, I thought it had some good melodies and some good riffs and stuff like that. The chorus was pretty cool. Um, and it kind of reminded me a little bit like Stone Temple Pilots. in some ways. The melodies kind of reminded me of Stone. The verse melody reminded me a lot like Stone Temple Pilots, and yeah, that's some that's the stuff I liked about it. But like for one thing, this one I think so far might be the longest song on the album so far, at least. And yeah, definitely, it definitely showed. It felt kind of honestly felt like it was longer than it actually was. And also, I didn't really like the vocal mix on this track. Like the vocals sounded less than the music. Like the music sounded a lot louder than the vocals, and I didn't really like that. And also, the way the song ends is kind of weird. Honestly, like it felt like it wasn't. It felt like it wasn't finished. Honestly, the song itself, even though it's a long song, yeah, it felt like it. I don't know. It felt like he didn't know how to end the song, so I didn't like the ending. But the song itself is all right. It's fine. I don't know. It's okay. Um. So yeah, Floaty. I give that one a 6 out of 10. So far my least favorite, but yeah, it's okay. All right. So track number 7, we got Weenie Beanie. It's a weird name, Weenie Beanie. All right. So yeah, let's check that one out. All right. So that was track number 7, Weenie Beanie, and funny thing is, just a little earlier, I really liked Bigamy, and I was like, yeah, this is my favorite song of the album so far. And then I heard Alone and Easy Target, and I was like, okay, I like this is now my favorite. Well, now because the last song was Floaty, and I said that was my least favorite on the album so far. Now it's Weenie Beanie, much like before, with my favorites. I didn't like this one very much. Even though I will say this one kind of sounded a little bit like Nirvana. It kind of did actually, but not in a good way though. It didn't sound like even if it was a Nirvana song, I probably wouldn't like it very much. But so far, this is the most Nirvana sounding song on the album. But I still didn't like it. It was very noisy and just the vocals were even worse on this one than they were on Floaty. I couldn't understand a word he was saying. He was screaming for most of it, but I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear. I mean, I couldn't hear what he was saying at all. Um, yeah, I didn't like this one very much. I didn't. I didn't hate it, but this is definitely one that I wouldn't listen to very much. So, Weenie Beanie, I'm giving this one a 4 out of 10. Yeah. All right, so the next one we have track number 8. We got 5 songs left. Track number 8 is Oh George. So yeah, Oh George. Let's check that one out. All right, that was track number 8, Oh George. Uh, it was pretty boring, honestly. I don't know. This one just didn't do anything really to me. However, I liked it slightly better than Weenie Beanie. Like, at least it wasn't like annoying. Weenie Beanie was kind of annoying. This one, it was just just kind of boring. But it's not my least favorite. I would say second least favorite, but it was just meh. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. It was just meh. So yeah, Oh George, I'm gonna give that one a 5 out of 10. Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. So next one we got track number 9 is For All the Cows. This one I have heard before. I just barely remember how it sounded. I remember it being kind of mellow-ish, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I mean, there might be an acoustic in there, maybe. But yeah, let's all right, let's listen to that one. For All the Cows. All right, that was track number 9, For All the Cows, and we're slowly getting back now. That was okay. That was a decent song. I remember that being a little bit better before, but yeah, it was fine. It started out like kind of slowish, kind of mellow, and then the chorus it gets a little heavier. Like I actually kind of like the chorus a little bit better, honestly, than the verses. But yeah, it's fine. It's a decent track. I'm gonna give that one a 7 out of 10 for all the cow 7. All right. So track number 10, we got Ecstatic. And also I'll go ahead and say this. This has a little bit of this has additional guitars by the guitarist from I believe, yeah, the Afghan Wigs. Actually, I think he's the singer of Afghan Wigs, and I guess guitarist. That is Greg Dooley. I think is how you say his name, something like that. But he plays guitar on this song. I'll go ahead and say that. Guess I should have saved it, but whatever. Yeah. Anyways, X or is it Ecstatic? Yeah, Ecstatic, not Static X. There is a band called Static X, but yeah, Ecstatic. All right, let's check that one out. All right, that was track number 10, Ecstatic. Eh, again, it was okay. um, this one I'll give it a little bit. I'll give it a better score than I gave Oh George because the drums were pretty cool in this one. I liked how the drums sounded. That was my favorite part of the song. But other than that, this one just didn't do much for me. So yeah, we only have 2 songs left, and so far I have to say I'm not really digging this album. I was at first, but now I don't know. So yeah, Exec, that's number 10. 6 out of 10. Ecstatic. Yeah, I'm giving that a 6 out of 10. I don't know if I said that already, but yeah, 6 out of 10. Ecstatic. Okay, so all right, track number 11, we have Watershed. All right. All right, that was track number 11, Watershed. I liked that one actually. That one was pretty cool. It was pretty heavy, kind of a more punky sound to it. Kind of sound like a punk song. Pretty cool. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. Thank God, because I was like, well, for all the cows was all right, but this one, yeah, I enjoyed this one. So yeah, the Watershed, I'm gonna give that one a 8 out of 10. So yeah. All right, and now we're finally at the last track on the album. That is Exhausted, track number 12, the final song. So, all right, let's get it. All right, and that was the final track, Exhausted, and that was a good way to end the album. It really was. It was a very good song. I think my only complaint with this one is the vocal mix wasn't the best. But other than that, I thought this song was great. But yeah, the vocal mix does drag it down a little bit. So I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So yeah, Exhausted is a 9 out of 10. But yeah, very good song and very good way to end the album. So yeah. All right. So, all right. There we go. There it is. So I'm going to pause it one more time to collect my thoughts and try to decide what what rating to give the album. So, all right. So, see you in a bit. All right, and that was Foo Fighters self-titled debut, self-titled. This album, it wasn't great, honestly. I was wanting this to be great. I really was wanting this to be great, and I remember thinking that it was pretty good before when I heard it. Sorry, I was trying to move the camera here. Okay. Um, I remember it being pretty good. I remember liking it a little bit better before. This time I liked it a little bit less. I don't know. There was just a lot of songs that were kind of just filler, honestly, and just didn't sound too great. The production wasn't the best on this album, and I don't know. It just there were just a lot of duds on here, honestly. But the ones that were good were pretty damn good. I mean, okay, for all the cows and what was it? What was the other one? The other 7 out of 10 song. Just give me a minute. That was Good Grief. Those Oh, and I'll Stick Around as well. Um, yeah, though even those were good. They weren't like the best, but they were decent. You know, they were good, decent songs. And the other ones were all pretty damn good. And then you got my two favorites, Big Me and Alone and Easy Target. Those were fantastic, for sure. Um, yeah, it's a middle of the road album, really. It's about even, you know. There's some great stuff on here, and then there's some not all that great stuff. So, I mean, I think there was only one song I really didn't like, and that was Weenie Beanie. But yeah, you know, this album's fine. This is a just a decent rock album from the '90s, alternative rock album from the '90s. It's okay. It's a fine album. So yeah. Um. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this rating. I'm gonna give Foo Fighters self-titled debut a 7 out of 10. Yeah, not quite there. I didn't like as much as Electrical Warrior from T Rex, which I give that one an 8 out of 10 because I didn't love everything from that one either. But I preferred that album more. Um, Plus, I prefer T Rex over Foo Fighters anyway. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, you know, this one was okay. It was decent. So yeah, 7 out of 10. Foo Fighters self-titled. Yeah. All right, there we go. There's my review for the Foo Fighters self-titled debut. So in the comments, tell me, have you heard this album? Have you not? And if you have, please give me your favorite and least favorite songs on here. For me, favorite is Alone and Easy Target, and least favorite is Weenie Beanie. So yeah. All right, so okay, Monday. Monday will be okay. Monday, I think I already know it will be a movie review, and I already have a movie in mind I'm gonna do. As long as things go good, it's gonna be The Fugitive. Yeah, the one from the '90s, starring Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones. So yeah, look out for that if you're interested. And then for Thursday, um, I think I already know what I want to do with that on that day. That will be I think a ranking of all the tracks from um, David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. So yeah, check that out as well. So yeah, all right. So please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell. And I'll see you later. All right. Peace.